Facebook or Palantir have made it through those 30 rules? I wonder.
You always hope so in retrospect. I think Facebook would have made it through regardless because it was at a point when a company like Facebook today would probably be valued not at 5 million but more like 100 million versus having the same metrics when I invested back in 2004.
You invested at Facebook at a $5 million valuation.
Yes, yeah, but they had 100,000 users. It was growing really fast. They only needed money to buy more computers because there was so much demand for the service. So that's actually always a pretty good sign.
And Sean Parker introduced you to him, to Zuckerberg, or he had you heard of him?
Reed had looked at it a little bit, so there were a few different points of contact.
What was the first meeting like?
It was not like a show on Shark Tank. It was Zuckerberg was 19 years old. He was still pretty introverted. Sean did most of the talking. So if you base it, people always exaggerate how important these pitch meetings are. Reid Hoffman and I had spent about a year looking at all these social networking sites before that. So we were ready to write the check before we met, and didn't really matter what people were going to say.
And what was it about that business that made you so convinced it would be a game changer? Because I remember at the time, we weren't all convinced. There was something you guys knew that we didn't know.
Well, I don't know, there were a few different pieces, but I think there was an intensity of usage that was already very, very big. It was very promising. It had all these network effects, which I think are never to be underestimated. There was something about the college market that was probably being underestimated. I think investors always have a bias to invest in things they themselves use, and they undervalue things they don't use. So there aren't very many investors who are in college, so anything that's just big on college will be somewhat underrated systematically. There was a bunch of different things that added up like that.